Happy Taco Tuesday. Welcome back. Make sure that you share this live on the way in, like and subscribe. My name is Madam. I will have our co-host introduce herself, and then we will get started on tonight's topic, which is he ruined the marriage, the manipulator behind the mask. He a sneaky devil, isn't he? Kiki story, of course. So, Rose. Oh,
I thought I was gonna be finished chewing
I
my.
didn't see you chewing.
No, bro, I was chewing it so fast. I'm like, damn. Happy Taco Tuesday, everybody! But I just finished eating the cheeseburger. So, I be so hungry because I wait so late to eat in the
Yes.
day. Like,
I literally just rushed in from Pomona Fish Market. I had to run over there so quick because I didn't eat today and my head was starting to hurt so bad and I don't have nothing in the house. So
yeah. So happy Taco Tuesday! Happy first Tuesday of the month.
it sure is. Okay, perfect. That means my meetings are not till next week. Okay, so on the way in, everybody knows that, well, most people know about the girl in the wedding dress, and I believe her hashtag and what everybody is talking about is the cruise ship lady. But before we get started, I do want to say I got a message from B Love today, and I remember Rose talking about it on her show as well. That if you are one of those people or families that is impacted by what is going on with SNAP, that Aldi is one of the grocery stores that is
Mm-hmm.
offering a really nice package
$40,
for
$40 at
Thanksgiving
Aldi.
meal. Okay, you want to talk a little bit about that, Ro?
Yeah, Aldi was they're offering a $40 Thanksgiving meal. I think they said that one feeds 10 people, if I'm not mistaken. And then Amazon, I seen today, Amazon has one that feeds a family of 5 for $25. And both of them come with turkey, dressing, not our kind of dressing. I'm pretty sure it's stuffing,
Right.
mashed potatoes, like stuff like that. But if you're in need, they have those things out there for everyone. They also have a lot of agencies now that are giving out foods. Like, you just have to put like in food agencies in whatever city you live in. It's a lot of food banks out there right now also too. You just have to do your research. Call 211. I was looking that up today too. If you need help in, you need to know in your city, you can always call 211 and they gonna have everything there
That's the
for
new
you. All you
information channel.
Yeah, you all you
Okay.
got to do is press 211 on your phone and you
Okay.
can do it. But Amazon and Aldi, they do have specials for people in the time of need. And hopefully everybody will get their food stamps. I know they did say that Trump said that he don't care what the judge says. People are not getting their SNAP benefits, and if they do, it'll be cut 50%. But I think that as of today, and today is what, the 4th, nobody still got their stamps, and people start getting them on the 1st.
So I heard that well, I didn't hear. I saw one of Gina's cousins post that he was behind a lady in the store in LA, and she's supposed to have had $1,000 on her card already, and they froze her card as well. So what's
Yeah,
that?
you had to use your benefits by the 31st. You had to use them by the 31st. It was a girl that I was
Oh,
talking to at work, and she's able to get it, and they told her that you had to use those benefits by the 31st or you wouldn't be able to. And I told her, well, if you can't buy all that stuff, I'll buy some from you.
period. And here's the other thing. If you are one of those families and like it's sometimes I feel like some of the things we say are insulting people's intelligence. And then I just have to realize that certain people and where we are today, maybe you guys didn't have to grow up strategic. That's what I call it. I'm not ashamed of how I grew up. We didn't go from pillar to post. We went from paycheck to paycheck. We were a paycheck to paycheck family. So there are things that you have to do closer to the end of the month, or you plan your meals better, or things that stretch and things like that. It's also worth it to say, I didn't know that people don't share. So like I'm used to cooking big. So if I make spaghetti, it's gonna be the big pot, y'all. So I automatically take it and like take half out and share it with my mom's household. Me and my mom's household share things back and forth. When I knew that this man was going into office, my mom doesn't get food stamps despite being disabled. So me and my sister have always cared for my mom. And what I mean by that is She has enough for her day to day, but as her daughters, if my mama want a tomahawk steak today, I'm gonna go and buy it. That's the luxury that or the blessing that I have. When did y'all stop caring about your people? Because back in
They
the
just
day,
people is just greedy
they're
now.
so selfish, bro.
Even with people saying that people need to be cut off food stamps, I feel that that's wrong. Like
There
some
are
people
people that
really
need to be
do.
cut off, but not everybody.
Yeah, not everybody, and people really are suffering. So
Right.
I would never feel like
This
somebody's
is
food
not a
stamps.
win.
Yeah, like somebody's food stamps need to be cut off. I think that that's really really cruel. Another thing, also, if you guys are needing money from your benefits, I seen two people do it. I seen Funky Dineva did it first, and he has a post on his page, on his IG page, and he's telling people to put their cash app on there and how much they got for their food stamps, and people can go under there and donate. But he's telling the people that donate, put under the person that they donate to how much are donated to them,
That way could
so
keep a
it can,
log.
yeah, so
I like
everybody
that.
can get, blessed. So he put it
I like
up
that.
about 3 days ago, and then I seen Prima Donna put it up today. So if you guys are somebody that needs food and they get food stamps, then you can have them put their cash app in. I don't know who else doing it, but I know for a fact Funky Dineva and Prima Donna put it under their page, and I've looked. A lot of people have been blessed, so you
I
can
think that's
also do
good.
that too.
I think that's good. There are food banks, and there have always been
Mm-hmm.
food banks. Most every church picks a weekend out of the month, and they do food banks. And I don't mean regular food banks, because some of these food banks have gone live to show the fact that we not y'all, we're not donating regular stuff. I'm donating what I would eat. I would never want to humiliate somebody and just don't. I'd rather buy 5 of something that is good than 10 of something that's, oh, well, they could just have this. So we've been doing these things from our heart. What I could tell you is now is not the time to have pride, because to me, you sound crazy. I'm just going to be honest. A lot of you on the TikTok side, not if you haven't said anything, I couldn't possibly be talking to you. But there are some TikTokers that, oh, if my stuff don't come, I'm going immediately to Walmart to do this and that. But you're going to skip and drive past the food bank that's giving full, complete boxes, and you can go to 2 or 3. You rather not do that because you're too prideful. Pride is now it's not the time to be prideful, nor was it ever. These things have been out there, and we want you to get them. We donate in our own neighborhoods. I'm not going under anybody's cash app, because I don't need to. If there's somebody that needs help, they can come to me directly, and I will never ever share it. Y'all don't know what I do. You don't have to. But I'm telling you now, if I don't know you, I'm not donating, because I'm already donating with family. And I think it should come from family. I think this is what God wanted us to see.
Mm-hmm.
Like when our culture went on the boycott and didn't get on the buses and stuff like that. You don't think that those people went without to make a bigger difference? And if this is the one thing, I don't know, if this is the one thing that they can hold on to do to get other things passed, of course they're trying to make it like one side is doing something wrong. Well, your side is too. Because if you came to an agreement, we wouldn't be here. You want them to give up the one bargaining piece that they have. Would you? I wouldn't. I would rather help
Mm-hmm.
and donate to a family that I know, so we can hold strong so they can keep doing what they got to do. Do I agree with all of it? No. But the logic focused on the wrong shit. Who's around you that needs help? Go with
Yeah.
them to the grocery store if you don't believe that they're spending the money on it. But you should be able to help within your own family. Um, I don't think I know anybody that gets SNAP benefits. I don't think that I do. But hell, just with the holidays coming and prices rising, if you need help, invite
Well, that's what
somebody
I'm
over and
telling you.
tell them don't bring a dish. You know,
Yeah.
just do different things. Me and B Love talked today, and she says something. I almost never share where she says anything, but today it was just different. And she was like, really caring. She's the one who told me about this. And then she says, I decided to invite my family, and I told them all, don't bring a dish. I want to cover it all, because if that macaroni and cheese, that could be $100 if you make it the right way. And you just, help them by letting them keep their $100. And as well, let them take it to go plate. Now it's not the time to be like, oh, this person didn't do this. think this is a test from God, and I plan on passing it because I don't behave that way anyway. I'm usually the one to take one plate and you could take the pan. I don't have a house full of people here. Now's not the time to be greedy. We need to learn how to beat this system, and it's by being family. It's never a time Ro couldn't come. Ro, when you was, they know you was moving. When you was moving, what did I say? Come stay here. It's a guest room. I won't bother you. You won't even know. You know, it won't even be like that. What is wrong with people? You'd rather do anything but share and be selfless. And I can't. Y'all people make my stomach hurt. And it didn't even come yet. And some of y'all was already committing fraud. You just want a reason to do shit. Because how it didn't even come yet, Ro. And they was already riding. Girl, that didn't even make sense. I'm like, did it come? Oh, so the last thing, some states, they put it in the hands of the states as well to use some of their funds to fund the SNAP benefits as well. So if a particular state wants to pick it up,
California must ain't did it. I don't think California did it here.
See, what I heard, it was that California was talking about it, but California threw in a stipulation and said they also wanted to do it for the illegal immigrants that are hiding from ICE. And see, I don't agree with that.
Yeah, you see how my face looks like, you know.
See, you using those pieces as a maneuver. How are you going to take away from the people that already have it and should have it and want to include another population? That's the last I heard of that. So I'll let that shit go because, again, help the people around you. If you see a mom or a dad at church that you know or at work that you know, sometimes it's not about handing it to them. I just put money in people's purse sometimes.
Yeah, just that's why I want to do that for my coworker. She has it really bad. Like,
she does?
I'm gonna do something for her for Thanksgiving or something. Like, I feel so bad for her because she has to work 2 jobs. She gotta, when she get off of work there, she has to do it. She has to go work at her other job to take care of her family, and it's only her and her husband. But she has to do it because he fell from a 30-foot building at his job, and they won't give him disability.
We'll talk offline because I don't understand. We'll talk offline. And but if there's something that we could do to all donate and then you give it to her, we could do something like that.
Yeah, I would want to because I'll be feeling so bad for her. And then she's over 50. Like, she has to work those 2 jobs. So she's working 16-hour shifts 4 days a week.
At that age?
I'll be feeling so bad for her. Like,
bless her heart. Yeah, let's talk offline and see if it's something we could do. Doing things like that is, I think it's more impactful because when somebody see you, just imagine how y'all feel when somebody is helping somebody over there and you sitting right next to them like, you know what I'm going through. Why wouldn't you offer that to me? That could hurt people. And so I think that's a good idea. No name is needed. Yes, we're going to get together.
Oh, thank you, guys. She will be so happy, and she's so sweet. Like, she's the sweetest person ever. Like, she is so sweet, and I be feeling so bad that she got to do that. Like, she be hurting everything, and she knows she got to go to work. Like, she don't have a choice.
I hope that they bless and somebody pick up that lawsuit as well, because there's no way that should have happened. That's horrible. I'm so sorry. But yes, we would get together and make that our Thanksgiving goal. We'll do it. We'll help you. Let's see. So going from that's a feel-good story, guys. What you're supposed to walk away with is that you have a place you know where to go to get food. You know how to get there. It's good things that are there. While in Pomona today, I saw the line wrapped around a building of people trying to get into a place. Don't be ashamed, because I could tell you something. You want to know a secret? Half that line is people that don't even need shit. They have no shame. So you better take your butt up there if that's what you need. And if it would just help you, get ahead in case something happens next month, this is going to be a minute. So do what you need for your families. No shame in it. Hell, meet some people while you're out there. Do a TikTok. I don't know shit. But enjoy. It's okay. We're going to take care of each other. No shame for nobody. So as we move into the topic, Miss Kiki. So last night we went over the things that led to getting where she is, and also kind of how the wife, the ex-wife, is now trying to monopolize off of this because who asked her to enter the check? Girl, you talk slow as snail shit, and we didn't ask you. She didn't summons you. She didn't.
At
She
all.
only mentioned one little part, and you have to come in there because you want to validate what they said. But girl, why you divorce him then? And you didn't divorce him regular. You went for a whole year talking about he won't sign the papers. I'm so tired of people saying that shit. Do these people think we don't have sense? Because we know you could get the
Yeah, I
divorce
think
without the
so.
person signing, but y'all friends though. But he wouldn't sign the papers, and the family like you, but they didn't help him to get him to sign the papers at all. And he's just so amazing now. Right, right. I'll stick a pin right there. So let me just tell you, this is the umbrella. Is it this hand? This hand? I don't know. Either way,
Christ, husband, wife, children.
do y'all know that that's the order? From the moment you say I do, that's the order. I don't see mama in there. I
No.
don't see cousin in there. I don't see. Mm-mm. I don't see it. Okay. I need to understand why people sit there and get married in front of a pastor and you are not willing to do this.
I don't think a lot of people really know that that's the order that it's supposed to be in. I really don't, because they don't do premarital, girl,
Premarital counseling.
premarital, I can't say it.
Premarital counseling.
Counseling before marriage. I don't know. I can't say that right now. Jesus Christ. And I think if they did that, they would know that that's the way it goes. Like, I think they would know, but a lot of people don't do that. I tell people that all the time. Ooh, excuse me. I was like, even though I'm not married, I know that you need to go to marriage counseling, premarital counseling. Like, you need to do that. There's no way that you shouldn't do that before you get married. Like, that should be a must before people get married. And they
I
would,
think so.
but you know what? It depends on if you want to a church or not.
That's why I said married in front of a pastor. Because if you're not
I was just
Christian,
about to say that,
yeah,
because
if you're
if you're
not
not
Christian,
married
it's
in the
different.
church, they probably won't tell you that that's the way it goes. So if you get,
But it don't even have to do with church. Michelle had us go through marriage counseling because it's of our culture. It's of our belief, our faith. So yes, before she agreed to marry us, she had to meet with us, ask us all these questions. I still have the book. We have to go through marriage counseling with her. When I had to, we wanted to, but that was a requirement of hers in order to stand up there and do all of
that,
that.
and that's
So,
how it is in the churches. Like at our church,
okay.
that's a requirement too. If you
Okay.
want our pastor to marry you, you have to do it. And I think it's like a 6-month thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I think that that's good. Like
Mm-hmm. It's
it lays
multiple
everything,
things.
and then with him, our pastor, he lays everything out on the line. You got to bring your W-2s, you got to bring your bank statements, you got to know your credit score. Like he makes you bring everything, like nothing is going to be left unknown. To where if you didn't know this, and then when you got married, be like, I wish I would have knew this before I married you. Like you're putting everything out on the table. Is nothing left unknown after you finish that marriage counseling.
That's true.
And that's the way it should be.
It should. We were even asked questions about the future to see how our answers would align. But the only reason we didn't bring those documents with us is because by the time we got to marriage counseling, and it was before, like you said, we had already shown each other the other stuff. And so we was honest about like having seen it from the other person, but it came up. It was like at the very front of the book. So it was there. That's very important because even in like today's society where most people have kids before they get married in today's time. And so the people that, if you say my kids come first, you're not ready to be married. Not a real marriage, because a real marriage is what I just showed you. Because you should not, why are you marrying somebody that you think would overstep a child? Because you two are the covering of the children. So you really
Because they
shouldn't
don't
have.
talk about that stuff before they get married. They don't talk about these kind of things. It's so many things that you need to talk about before you get married. And I didn't even think about some of these things until I'm this age now, that you need to talk about how you will raise your children, the things that you would and won't.
What you're going to do with your parents in old age.
Like how you going to parenting. You guys may have two different ways. I grew up this way, you grew up this way, and you want to do this, but I don't agree with this. You need to think about all that stuff. And I'm like, dang, I didn't even think about that until I had a child. But it's like so much stuff that you need to think about before you get married. It's not just about, oh, I love him, because all that's gonna go out the door. That infatuation and honeymoon phase is gonna go away, because it be stuff like that you guys should have talked about before you got married. Some people don't want to have kids, but they don't even talk about that. But when they get married, they be like, I don't want no kids. Why didn't you talk about that before you got married?
Right.
It's a lot
Maybe
of stuff.
that's what I'll do. Maybe one of the shows could be me bringing a book and going over the list of questions that are in there, just so people can see these questions are deep. It has to do with what you did in your past and how you handle something, what you're doing right now, what your plans are. And then Michelle asked a few times, well, what if you change your mind? What if one of y'all don't want to do that and you want to do the exact opposite? How is that going to impact your marriage? And it was like, well, why would we change our mind? And she was like, anybody can change their mind. And we were like, well, why would you want to change your mind? Well, we both know people change their mind about the shit that they do. So those things are even important. If they change their mind and went in the complete opposite direction, how are you going to deal with that in your marriage? So it is a really big deal. I don't get it, but they didn't even make it past the wedding or the honeymoon. It's like he came in with deception. So in this episode, I do have 3 clips to show. They are from last night before repurposing for today. Like I said, we would talk about. He came in. It's a little different when you enter a relationship and one of them has emotional manipulation, gaslighting, and deceit, and it's happened to them. And then the other person actually specializes in targeting and being a predator, utilizing emotional brokenness. So the other person is a predatory, and the one person is a person that is scarred from it and accustomed to receiving it. So this episode, we're actually going to be focused on his behavior, because according to his cousin, he's a good man, Savannah. You know, he's just shy. You traumatized this already traumatized girl. You broke your covenant on your honeymoon. That's where you broke your covenant. Because again, the covenant rules start after you get married. So let's take a look at the first clip, which will be the actual wedding and what occurred at the wedding. And then we'll discuss what he should have done. Which one is it? Here it is.
On that cruise ship, intimacy had already dropped. So it wasn't really much touching, much kissing, much hugging. And this is really throughout the marriage, sex, all of those things now, all somewhat dissipated. Is that, did that start around the time of the cruise trip, or did that literally start right at the moment you guys got married?
A honeymoon. 5 days in DR, and I think he touched me twice. It was quick. And he's not a quick person. He ain't a quick person. But he said it's because the stuff that his mama did at the wedding that messed with his mental. So he was just in his phone the whole time. Matter of fact, that's when I found out he had 2 phones. I feel stupid. I ain't gonna lie.
You said what his mom did. What did his mom do at the wedding?
Oh, well, we had everybody state vows that they would stay out of our relationship, that they would, I'm sure y'all seen it trending. And when they said, should I do this? The mama screamed, no, I ain't staying out of nothing. Then fast forward, when it was time for people to, anybody see any of these couples that don't want to be married, she tried to stand up, but her daughter pushed her down. And yeah, she had on all black at my wedding too, like it was a funeral. Fast forward to the reception, she said she gonna hit me with the cane. So at this point, I had two lemon drops. I need to leave. I'm turned. Now I said, hit me with it, B. Hit me with it. And all she could hear, she called me a beach. She called me a beach. Girl, this is my wedding day. So the officers, because we had 2 officers, because my wedding was pretty big, they escorted her and the sister out.
So So a husband is supposed to provide, protect, and offer provision. What should the husband have done?
Checked his mama.
When?
before all that happened, because I'm pretty sure she told you how she felt about that girl before you got married to her. So you should have let her know that if you don't like her, don't come to the wedding. I would rather you not come to the wedding than come and do that.
Mm-hmm.
He should have checked her before the wedding.
Mm-hmm. You
And
came
then
specifically to destroy.
even if he didn't check her before the wedding, when they got to the wedding and she did that, they wouldn't have to escort her out the police because I would have. Please.
Mhm. Hmm. I don't understand. I don't understand. That's the same mom that sat up here and talked about her daughters, calling them plus size, but the derogatory word for it, talking about their 4C hair, but the derogatory term for it, um, calling her slow. I need to understand. How can you even be comfortable as a woman doing that? And would that indicate that she's comfortable doing it so the son didn't check how she felt about the daughters as well? Because I thought they said they didn't know about any daughters. So if you didn't know about any daughters, then how could you have that feedback to give on your live? Am I missing something? I'm being for real. You have no words, huh?
No, I really don't, because it would have been a whole different scenario. Girl, that lady would have got her ass beat at that wedding, because that's what you wanted anyways. And
So,
it wouldn't even have to be me doing it, because everybody else don't do it for me.
well,
Man.
so she said that it did end up severely escalating because it's one thing when somebody says stuff to you and your family is not around, but then when they get a hold of it and see, oh, wait a minute, she said her family actually was not pleased with how the mother was behaving. So it was actually,
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I ain't gonna have to put a hand on you, but you gonna get what you asked for.
could you do that to your son?
I would never do that to my son. If I didn't like who, like I said, if I didn't like who Amir was marrying, I'm just not gonna come. I'm not gonna come, because I'm a person that y'all know I don't got no filter. So first of all, the fiance is gonna know I don't like her anyway, so she ain't gonna want me around anyways. So I would not even come. I just wouldn't even come. I don't think I would come unless I get a little bit nicer in my older days, because I'm gonna be old anyways. I'm gonna be real old.
I know that I have heard that some men don't actually love you. They just love that your self esteem is low or that your triggers are high. And so, one, anything that they do for you, um, that is a soft skill side, will be received well, and they'll get a lot of credit for doing little things just
But
because it
remember, I
makes you
said
happy.
that about her. I said, to me, I feel like she has a low self-esteem. I said that on the first show. I was like, she have a low self-esteem, because it ain't no way. She would have never got married to him with all the stuff she knew before they got married. You knew this stuff. Everything that this man was doing, you knew before you got married. It would have been no way that you should have even been marrying this man. She has a low self-esteem. Period. You could say, oh, I wasn't looking for nobody and he came along and X, Y, and Z. No, ma'am, you have a low self-esteem. Period. I don't care what nobody say. Because
Okay,
it
so
ain't no
let's
way I
talk
would
about
marry
low
him.
self-esteem because that was his target. So low self-esteem
Mm-hmm.
is also something that helps people to get away with stuff. So when you say low self-esteem, what do you mean by that? Because there's
I feel
different
like
low
she was
self-esteem.
I feel like she said, every man that she's ever been with did her wrong. So you meet this
What
guy.
else did she say? That's not all she said. What all did
Well,
she
as
say?
far as him,
Yeah.
no, she said every man that she met did her wrong, but then she said him, she was trying to treat him better because he went through a bad relationship. Is that what the part you're talking about?
She said, every man that I have been with has treated me wrong. I didn't have no friends. And
Oh yeah, I forgot about
it
that.
wasn't
Okay,
just
so
a
that
man. I
goes
need
all
people to keep seeing
into,
big picture. Right.
yeah, she didn't have no friends. She always wanted to be wanted. That's why she joined groups
The
on
Facebook
Facebook
group.
and
Mhm.
invited people to her wedding that was on Facebook and all that. So all that boils down to low self-esteem. You want to be wanted and loved and all that stuff. So now you meet a man. I don't remember where she said they met at. This man is showing.
Oh, she was selling plates. So before she was selling plates, and he walked up and told her she seemed like a boss and wanted to talk to her. And then she said she's not looking for a relationship right now, and ran down her whole business about everything that was going wrong and why she didn't want to date.
And those are the kind of men that are manipulators. Listen to every fucking thing that you say, and everything that you say you don't want. They don't do it until they get you, and then it's too late. Low self-esteem. She should have said that he was a red flag walking.
Mm-hmm.
I
need people to understand.
Not like the women don't go through this all the time. Women go through this. I've been through this number of times, but you learn from your mistakes. Now, when we young, I can give you a pass, but it would be no way that I would marry somebody. I don't think my friends would allow me to marry a clown.
So that's where I said we're her friends now. But I need to focus on low self-esteem for a bit, because I learned something. I thought low self-esteem meant you don't believe in yourself and more for the outer appearance. But low self-esteem is also on the inside. So it could be you don't feel like you're worthy of being loved, because to this point, that's why I wanted Ro to do the full package, because I need people to stop. I need the focus to stop minimizing the amount of trauma this girl has and the amount of things that can be on a person.
But that's what I'm saying. If they watch the other episodes, they would know all the trauma she's been through.
Yeah.
But a person that has that much trauma, they're looking for love and affection. And anybody that comes along and gives it to you when you're seeking it already, you're going to gravitate toward them and be like, oh, this is my one. So he had to be giving her some attention in the first place for her to feel that way. But it's because you ran down every fucking thing that was going wrong in your life. You ain't even, I learned that as an adult. My mama did tell me that. You ain't never supposed to tell a man everything about you. You ain't supposed to tell them everything. You ain't supposed to tell them how many men you been with, nothing. It ain't none of their business. So she was an open book to him. And predators prey on women like that. She's looking for love and affection. Hell, she on Facebook looking for friends.
What she should have been talking about, and we have discussed before, and this is all focused on how he is wrong, because you're wrong for being a predator. Everybody got all this shit to say to her when that motherfucker's a whole predator. And people that's out there that's like that, you're wrong too, because you love bombed her. You did all of this stuff for her. You showed up when she needed surgery. You helped her move into her place. And she's just like, oh, it's a friend type thing. For somebody that lacks friendship, you were too vulnerable. And see, this is why it's so important when you take time to do the work, because has she taken time and did the work? She was a sitting duck is basically how the best way to put it. If you just take time and avoid something, you didn't work on it. So the only thing it does is actually intensifies. So it's like, okay, I went this amount of time without it. I know next time it's going to show up better. Well, what did you do for it to show up better? You call yourself telling the truth and being vulnerable and putting it out there, because that's what women have been manipulated to think. Let's just be honest. And that's the whole fucked up lie. You don't tell none of that shit. Your story should have been, Kiki. It should have been, I've been working on myself. I really don't want nobody. I'm learning to love myself. And I know exactly what I don't want. And what I don't want is nobody love bombing me. What are you hiding? That would have been your first question if you was really working on yourself. Or it would have been, I look like a whole boss. You want to date me? What does that mean? You didn't ask any probing questions. You instead blurted out all of your information, and you didn't. That's what the difference in these things look like. And we can only tell you because, to Rose's point, we've been through them. But I can tell you something. I've not repeated the same problem twice or in a different form either. I just haven't, because I learn from them and I listen to other people as well. But we go through seasons, and in every season, it's some bullshit. But how you handle it, she wasn't prepared for that at all. She wasn't. And she had just gotten her body done. So she was kind of thinking a little too highly, not too highly of herself. A little too highly of yourself, meaning
she
that's
was
the
just
focus.
feeling herself.
Meaning that's the focus. Not that it was too high and she shouldn't. It's too high and that's the focus. And it should.
She was just feeling herself like most women would after they got their body done. They gonna feel themselves.
and you lost all the weight. This shit is not
Yeah.
easy. It's not easy at all. Like, not even a little bit. Hey, Pumpkin. So no, he was wrong because he was the predator. Ladies, teach your sons not to be a predator. Because look at on his side, how many ladies have come out. The mama done come out and she has shown her behavior. The cousin done come out snotting all over the place. The ex-wife done come out talking like snail snot and not making any sense. Why are they all defending him? And then why did he get out and change his profile picture to their marriage picture? That you're a gaslighter and a professional manipulator, and he sent her something. Girl, return the sender. Do a TikTok video of
It
you
was
throwing that in the
something
trash and
little.
you
I
just
think it was
sipping the
like,
damn coffee. Throw
I
that in the
think, you know, I
trash.
was gonna say, I think it was Starburst,
Uh,
Starbucks. It was
Yeah.
something little that you should not be excited over. A kid can send you Starbucks. Ew.
So let's talk about it though. Let's talk about it because it's something that is so it be those little things where they actually win you over because it's like, oh, you remembered me. You remember what I like. It represents too much when you're starved for it. And that's why you don't supposed to tell nobody those things you can't trust. You not because they will get you.
No.
Um, and did y'all catch the apology on Facebook from him to her? Girl, no. No.
I stopped
I,
looking into all. I stopped looking into the stuff because it's like it's a clown show at this point. Like,
it's
no.
a tragedy. It's a tragedy to pay attention to because this is happening in a lot of relationships. I'm not gonna lie. I got several homegirls that look like they got it all together on the outside, and we do, but we're fighting spiritual warfares. Like shit is happening that we're trying to. What the fuck just happened? And it's almost like nobody believes you, or they say stuff like, "You got degrees and you deal with that," or "You a nurse and you didn't know that." The fuck did I gotta deal with a manipulating snake ass motherfucker? That don't have nothing to do with that. Stop putting that kind of pressure on the girl instead of saying, "Why is it
And
so
most
many
women,
women
yeah,
having the
and
same things that they can prove?"
most women want to be in love. So sometimes, wait,
Okay. Well, that's what we'll talk about on Thursday on the show. We'll talk about
yeah.
his side.
Most women want to be in love. So a lot of us give men the benefit of the doubt when in actuality, like I said, all the red flags be there, the circus be right in front of us, and we be like, oh well, you know,
Well, baby, she didn't have red flags. I refuse to. I will be an open book as long as it doesn't impact somebody else. But what I'm not going to do is allow somebody to tell me I saw a red flag. But hers wasn't no red flag. Hers is like, here you go. And we're going to go over that tonight. That's going to be the third clip because we already
served on a
discussed.
silver platter to your face.
But the manipulator and the devil in him, remember, came back after she found out about the wife and he got the divorce papers. The girl signed them. He was on his hands and knees saying, "God this and God that, and let's go through it together." You know, sound like something? Maybe how slavery, maybe? Does it sound familiar? So it's not far-fetched that this girl is lying. She's not. Name one thing that's been proven that this girl has lied for. Nothing. I'm just saying, just because hers is on a bigger scale, I'm like, bro, don't act like you ain't never faced none of this shit, because I know I have. These are some gaslighting motherfuckers. I got exes that try to gaslight me. Huh? You say something wrong with you weirdos. Let's play clip 2, the honeymoon. This motherfucker is a manipulating jerk. Here we go.
Listen, I'm not married, but I would imagine after the wedding, the DR, every day is supposed to be.
This shit, I was ready. I was ready. I had a wax. I had lingerie. I even set up rose petals when he walked in the door. I had the wine. I had strawberries. He only stayed in the tub with me for like 2 minutes. I said, you know what? Let me drink this whole bottle in. Tell me, it's hot. Of course, the jacuzzi is hot. I'm a solo person. I learned to love myself a long time ago. You know, well, I thought I loved myself because you don't love yourself if you allow a man to do this. You know?
Generally an intimate person all up until the honeymoon, and the honeymoon literally be the moment you just completely stop, is a strange behavior. Did you find out that there was also infidelity that dripped into your marriage as well, or did that part at least get cease?
Okay, so that man was never her partner. He was her fucking punishment. That was to me, God saying, girl, you confusing attention with affection, and all attention ain't good attention. you also end up marrying the person that's going to manipulate the entire hell out of you. See, I think God is trying to teach you a couple of lessons and you haven't learned them. So he said, let me make this the best lesson you ever learned in your life so you can stop doing this because you got 2 baby girls coming up. Bro, I need to understand. Can you imagine not having honeymoon intimacy, sex, no intimacy? He
First
just
of
tapped
all,
you.
why did you have to set up everything? Why were you the one that had to put the rose petals down, the champagne, have the jacuzzi in there? Why did you have to do that? That's something that a husband would do. I could see if it was his birthday or something and you did that, but it's the honeymoon. Why did you have to put forth all the effort in everything?
You
Then
want to know why? That's what a gaslighter does. What they do is turn it around and manipulate so that you feel it's really easy to get attention from a person that is overly compassionate because they think I wouldn't want to be treated like that. How can I show you? He knew what he was doing from the beginning. Who wants a diabolical situation like that on your honeymoon? Girl, I don't understand, bro. That man,
and like I said, he got her to. He did what he needed to do to marry her, and then that was it.
I don't understand. Out of all the women in his family, none of them have felt with the no good man. I don't understand. Prop 50 pass, guys.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
California was not playing. They said that more people came out to vote today than they did for the presidential election.
Finally getting through to the people so they understand these elections matter way more.
More. We said that. Remember, we said that. We
Yep.
said these
Yep.
ones matter more.
Yep. So I'm glad people listen. So listen, he also, if you can remember the video where he was on the cruise, it aligns with what she's saying. They went out and just went ahead and I'm sorry, when they was under the cabana, that actually wasn't on the cruise. That was on from the honeymoon.
Girl, I'm telling we. Well, I can't even
You
say.
on your phone, sir? I have a picture of me and Mark like that, a picture of us on our honeymoon like that. You want to know why? Because I got ran the night before and we went and laid outside and he was asleep and I was asleep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
That was
think
the
my
pictures.
wedding night. I
Not
think that.
ignoring me.
Yeah, I think my wedding night, we probably both gonna be drunk. So it might not, nothing might not happen that night.
Oh, it still happens. They sober up real quick. I thought I was good. Child, that's the night. What do you do? Something your marriage. What is it called? I don't know. Were you locking your marriage? Whatever it's called. Child, no. Because think about it. The man didn't do nothing all damn day. He got a haircut, showed up in a suit. We be up at 5 a.m. getting our hair done, makeup done, in a dress you can't breathe in, all of that. You be tired by the end of the day. They don't be tired. That'd be the one thing that they be looking forward to.
like, let me take a nap first and then.
You better drink a Red Bull, bitch, because it's not going.
Let
Yeah.
me take a nap.
Yeah, no, that's not how that happens. Oh my gosh, this shit is so weird. I feel, oh my gosh, how could you even do that to your wife? And I said the same thing as consummate. Yes, you
Yeah, that
consummate. You're
show is what
supposed to
it is.
have, yeah, you're supposed to consummate your marriage.
Yeah, it'd be the
And
next
before
day.
we
Like
got
we could,
married, we
if we,
stopped having
it'd be the
sex.
next morning. Like we'll do it in the morning.
It's not how that works. It's not how any of this works. I'm just warning you, especially if you stop having sex before you get married, like we did. Yes, it's a no. So I can't imagine. And the fact that she's saying he's sexual is actually good. So you gave her something that was good, and you used it to punish her, basically. You mean to tell me you in a nice trip with your woman with her butt all in your face, because remember she was dancing and doing different kind of stuff, and y'all supposed to be doing, even if you did not have sex, you're supposed to be laying there and enjoying each other and stuff, and you on your phone, bitch. The way I took that phone and smashed it against the wall,
Girl, I say I would have knocked that phone out
I'd
of
have
his
played
hand
frisbee with that motherfucker
into the water.
You planned the roses and all of that. The husband supposed to plan the surprise on the honeymoon because the wife do all the wedding stuff.
Ain't no way.
That's why he act like that, because you keep treating him like he's the girl. While your family want to say he's a good man, Savannah. According to who? Girl, I cannot. So then now let's take a look at, since he's such a good man, he's a good man. Y'all want to hear what the cousin said again before we listen to how he's such a good man, or you want to skip right into the video of how he's a good man?
How he's a good man. I don't want to hear that, cousin, because she be pissing me off.
She be pissing me off too. Let's hear how he's a good man, Savannah. Let's hear.
For texting your man. I'm so sorry, but I never, ever, ever did nothing with that man. I never begged him for pills. I never did. He bought me some shoes and bought me a bottle for my birthday, and that was it. I never did nothing with that man. I never begged him. And when I was telling him to call me, he was going off on me, and then I don't like his mouth. It's terrible. And I was trying to fire his ass up. And that was it. That's why I was begging him to call me back.
Yeah.
But like I said, I will apologize for even conversating with him. Because I knew he was married. I never ever did nothing with that guy. Ever in my life. So,
Wow. So the girl did know he was married and still chose to involve herself with him. That's crazy. Women can be so cold-blooded. Another woman came forward, reaching out to Kiki directly. In her messages, she admitted that she had slept with Brandon. She said he kept texting her, saying he told her that he and Kiki weren't together at the time. She tried to downplay everything. From her tone, you can tell there was no real remorse. It sounded more like an attempt to justify what she did, rather than apologize. The woman grew even more defensive and doubled down on her confession, claiming that she slept with Brandon back when he and Kiki were only boyfriend and girlfriend, trying to justify it as if that somehow made it not count. She even went through her husband's phone and found voice messages he had sent to other women, telling them what times they could and couldn't call, depending on when he'd be around his wife.
Women, man. Real talk. I'm about to be back in the high, so in 5 minutes. So if you don't call me back within that time, then you ain't got no need to fucking be calling, because you know I'm gonna be around my wife. Good night.
Did those messages say I was just trying to offer you some wisdom? So you slept with a man before you got to know him, but you were trying to offer me wisdom. Okay. And it's not conversate, it's converse, but you're trying to offer me some wisdom. Okay. Well, it's very interesting how all of these women is coming out like flying monkeys. The family is coming out like flying monkeys, trying to defend him, calling him a good man, but he committed adultery within a marriage. You want to keep talking about how he's a good man and the mom is a good person. And she could very well be a good person to everybody else, but just not to this girl. What does her selling plates or anything have to do with this? Why are you not telling your son where he is wrong and that he's supposed to be a good husband? Not even for the sake of the woman, but for the sake of the fact that you want to be proud that your son is a good man and really is a good husband. Where is the lie? Why are y'all coming out trying to defend this and saying that he is lying? And if things is going on, you didn't tell us. Why don't you ask him that? It's been numerous women. This isn't his first marriage. I'm pretty sure you heard it in the other marriage. Why are y'all acting like this didn't occur and this girl is just crazy? I would really like to know. That does not make any sense. That does not make any sense at all whatsoever. Oh Lord, hold on. Do you think the silent treatment was a way for him to like punish her because he saw that? I think so too. I think that's the main thing that he used against her to hurt her, which also made me remember when the cousin said that. I don't do such and such. I don't even talk to that girl. So y'all ignore her like mean girls. I don't understand. And you allow this to happen. Of course you do, because they validate what you do. Could he be your brother? And you go on to social media and talk like that?
No. Mm-mm.
Why do you think men love bomb and then turn right around and use everything against you? What do you think makes them be like that?
They users. He was
Why
getting,
though?
yeah, I have no to get what they want out of a woman. Like she said, he was staying, he was living with his mom. He had just broke up with his wife. So first of all, he should have never been getting in a relationship, and he wasn't even divorced yet. You living at your mama house, so you gonna love bomb somebody's. You know that, like she said, I could take care of myself. I have a nice place. Like that's why he needed somewhere to live.
Mm.
It's a reason why they do everything. Like I said, they users. That's the main reason why they doing it, because their asses is users.
So specialists say that when a person that is really traumatized meets a toxic person like a user or gaslighter or manipulator, it's inevitable that it will blow up, because those two things will hit ahead, because the
Mm-hmm.
one that's traumatized will keep trying to get you to love them, keep trying to get you to love them. And it's almost like a drug when they came in and love bombed you and you're trying to get back to that. And so you keep doing these things. But then as it occurs to you that they're probably not going to stop, it makes you spaz out. So you keep trying, keep trying, keep trying, and then you blow up. And in the meantime, they enjoy while you keep trying. Remember, they're getting something. So they keep
Mm-hmm.
getting something, and you're making their demon stronger.
Oh.
I think that I don't even understand. I don't even understand. I think that he needs just as much help as she needs for different reasons. But I don't think that he's ever going to get it, because the flying monkeys, they swarmed right over to become internet popular. Now he didn't change his profile picture because he wants everybody to know, yeah, I'm the one, I'm the husband. And apparently you issued an apology. Why did you have to issue are all of them socially retarded and socially retarded, socially not knowing? Okay. Are all of them don't have are all of them don't have sense? Child, that sentence didn't even make sense. Do all of them not have any type of sense? Nobody picks up the phone? Because this don't make sense. If they said at the beginning that he was tired of everything always being recorded, but the cousin flew straight to the internet, the mama flew straight to the internet, the ex-wife flew straight to the internet, and now that he's out, he flew straight to the internet. So is it they don't like she's always recording, or they don't like that in them not believing she's worthy of that space? They just don't like her.
They probably just don't like her.
That's what I was saying. None of the women in his family have dealt with a lying man. No, mommy, remember the mom said, I never been cheated on. I never did nothing to make no man cheat on me. Remember that? That's what she said. Um, why didn't they tell him stop using and playing with that girl? Instead, they make it look like she was right. That's what gaslighting is. So gaslighting is like if I take your food and throw it on the floor and then tell you I didn't throw it on the floor. It's very clear things that did happen and they make you believe it didn't happen. And by one of her traumas being accused of being a liar, like when the boyfriend or something else did that to her, the baby daddy of her cousin, she was deemed a liar. So she just wants somebody to believe in her. And it sounds like they all rallied together. So Alma Rowe, this didn't just happen on the wedding day. We said that last night. This shit brewed before the wedding.
Yeah.
And you let them walk in there knowing they was finna be on, because they don't seem like the people that would just be like, You let your mama sit in there with a black dress on? You didn't know what she was wearing?
Because usually the moms wear the same color as the wedding party.
Correct. One of them have felt hurt. All of them have felt hurt. You don't remember the snotty cousin? And I had to start over by myself. And I did it for my kids. I don't care. What do that have to do with anything? Girl, cry in the shower like the rest of us and keep doing what you need to do for your kids. What do that got to do with Kiki? Nothing. What did that have to do with your cousin? Or you want your cousin? Because you keep saying he make all this money and work at the oil place, which why you needed to get a CDL. You can't do both. But why you need all this money? Are you in gambling debt, sir? Or is it
Because
just
if
that?
that was the case, he shouldn't have been living with his mama if he made so much money.
Well, he was living with his mama because I think, tell me what you think. I think he was not with his wife for a whole year before the Kiki thing, because that was 2022. Kiki was 2023. So it was a year. But in there, she keep talking about them being good friends. Maybe they was going back and forth or something. And he thought, why go get my own place because I'm going back home? Oh, she did say that. He didn't want to give her a divorce because he said maybe it's just a phase you're going through. So he gaslighted you too. No accountability. Not let's go to counseling or how can I change. He told her it was a phase she was going through. That's what she said. That's why he didn't get the divorce. See, so that's why I believe he was in the wrong. That's why it makes no sense. The wife just came out and validated what the girl said.
How long was they married?
She didn't. I don't know. I couldn't listen to Snail Snot that long. I downloaded it and put it in an app and made it go 2 times faster so I could listen to it. Because, girl, yes. So check this out. Because this what happened. Right? So then, because we was, girl, get to the topic. Jesus. Anyway, I don't know how long they was married. However long it was, you sitting up here talking about we kept a good friendship and you called him late and y'all talked for 3 hours. Girl, she was in a phase for a year. No, he was away from the girl. She said 2022. Kiki said their relationship started in 2023. He proposed to her in 2024 and they got married in 2025, March. They got married this year. That's why everybody's telling them to get their butts off the internet because this is literally fresh. You wasn't even married long enough. Those is a lot of things to go through in 7 months. Sheesh, that's too much. So he hit the ground running. Sir, you picked up right where you left off from with your wife. The only thing that changed is the security of a roof over your head. That was the only thing that changed. Now you had somebody to fill your ex-wife space so you could have somebody at home. But the way you out here in everybody's inbox and chasing after all of these women and buying them gifts, over half the people said they didn't even sleep with him, but that he bought them stuff. Sir, you have no weenus discipline. You actually have low self-esteem too, sir.
Yeah.
Just so we're clear. That's why I said I don't want to talk about Kiki. We talked about her the 2 days. This is about fell in love in a week. Well, remember, because she was like, God must have sent me this person. Remember, she said she had, when he helped her move in, right after that, she had gotten sick and he was over there jumping in, helping, had paid a car note. And my daughter went to him. My daughter never goes to nobody. So that was a sign to me.
Your kids shouldn't even met him.
Girl, he could have been an axe murderer. Why
Yeah,
was your
I
kids?
don't.
So then they started going out after that. And then, like I said, he proposed a year later on her birthday. So a little less than a year on her birthday. So I don't know, but my kids wouldn't have been there. If I'm moving the same way that they with the dad and her grandma now, they would have been with my dad and my grandma. You're not gonna be able to run up to no man. And it's
At
what that
all.
would have did. Let me tell you what that would have actually did. Because um, some people say I'm too protective. I say kiss my ass. What that would have done for me is show me I need to start working with my daughters. Because why are you running up to a man? That's what it would have showed me. I don't want my kids to be. I want them to be friendly, but not running up to a man or
Right.
you know how some kids be in a grown up's face because they want their attention, man or woman. I don't. That's what that would have showed me. I need to work with my daughters. That's what that would have shown me. And not that there's anything wrong. I'm just saying certain things allow you to see where you need to work with your kids. You know, if you're not parenting, everybody gonna have to teach your kids enough. And that's not a shot at her. That's just I'm just saying what I would have gotten out of that. And with him, I'm pretty sure she was like, "Oh my God, my daughter's never ran to nobody like that. She must really like you." This man is the Antichrist, and his family is the flying monkeys that parted the Red Sea, and not the sea we talking about, the one that allowed hell's angels to come through and everybody to follow. She need to stay away from that man. She need to. This how I know she's still not really learning nothing. But let's keep her in
Right.
prayer that she gets help because let me tell you, I don't have sense. If I would have received a Starbucks, my video would have been of me lighting that Starbucks on fire. I'm not drinking this. I'm not drinking this. He could have sent me a full wardrobe and I would have set it on fire in the bathtub. Nobody's holding him accountable. Ex-wife leaving and participating. She doing videos. Oh, look, he likes me. He sent me Starbucks. Aww. Man, we're not donating to you moving so you could just move and have another place for y'all or so you could redate. I don't know. He's not going to change.
No.
He's not going to change because he does not have people around him holding him accountable. And he have women that don't want the best for him either because that takes away from them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that is. What he is capable of doing, they want that to come to them because they did not love and support him. That's not what love looks like. You should want him to be a good husband and have children and stuff like that. And that mama don't want that. While she talking about other people with her bat wing eyelashes. It just reminds I don't know why her eyelashes remind me of Labyrinth. I don't know. If you haven't seen that movie, see it. I don't know why it reminds I keep thinking of the little thing in the back that had the big black wings. It was flapping like that. That's what it reminds me of. I don't know. Anyway, that is it for tonight. Men like that can ruin your life. They are liars. They are cheaters. They ruin lives. They have become your baby daddy and then don't care about your kids. They don't care about nothing but themselves. It's like a demonic spiritual warfare going on in their head. And it's like they can't stop doing it. They like the attention. You see, the one lady was like, I didn't reach out to him fast enough, and I didn't like the way he responded to me. Also, he do have an attitude. Because remember the cousin said he's shy. He's shy. Bro, he's shy. That's why he's acting like this. He's just so surprised that this is happening, and he can't believe it. And he's not going to speak up for himself because he just can't believe this is happening. He's a damsel in distress, and they're not changing. They're not going to change. You want to know when they're going to change? When it's time for them to go in a nursing home,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody want to have nothing to do with them. You out there, you legit are telling people they got 5 minutes till you get home because you can't talk around your wife. And to you Jezebels that aided him in doing that, that was really cheap price to pay for your karma because your karma's still coming because you knew he was married. So you still are a Jezebel. And adultery is not just sex. I hope people know that too. I hope you know that. And he did all of that for a pair of shoes or whatever he bought you. And he tried to tell them, oh, baby, I just noticed something. The one girl said, no, he was not. I was not talking to him because I wanted to buy some pills. He sell pills? I wonder.
So you working at the oil refinery? There's somebody lying. I'm like, somebody lying, because you ain't got to do none of that, because those men make a lot of money. So it ain't no reason for you to have to sell pills or nothing. Somebody's lying.
Something is going on, because how is you going to do both jobs? Do the
Right.
oil refinery and a CDL driver? Sir, you can't do both. On top,
Because you work in 12-hour shifts and stuff doing that.
yes.
That's what I'm saying. And then you make so much money, you don't have to do stuff on the side.
No, that is the money on the side. Picking up the
Right.
extra shift, stuff like that. I don't know anybody that works in that space that don't make really good money.
Exactly.
They
Me
dead
either.
dog tired, but they make really good money. Any state, especially down south states, they be making all the money. So if you're looking for a husband that you okay with him being gone, that's the thing to do, girl. I wouldn't say get with a truck driver these days. If I married a truck driver these days, I would have to have him on that medication that makes sure you don't get HIV. Because maybe he was
If
trying
I
to
didn't
take.
trust you, I'm just not marrying you.
He probably just want to take his weenus on the road.
No, don't marry me.
Yep, that's true. Yes, it is. It starts in the mind. Didn't God blind somebody for looking at somebody's wife in the Bible? Wasn't that one of the Bible stories? That the person got blinded for looking at somebody's wife. Anyway, join us on Thursday, because I need to go I need to go be nosy. Now, I'm usually not nosy. I really am not. But when it's something I got to do a show on, I have to make sure that I cover all the angles. And now we got to find out the truth behind this flying monkey entourage that have come out, because we already know where Kiki's issues are. Now we need to know where his issues are. Do I feel empathy for him in his needing help? No, I don't, because you're using it for a bad reason. The pillar. So, telling y'all, I be knowing some stuff, and most of it I read myself because I want to know. Y'all got to get into doing that. Don't just go by the verse that a pastor says or a line that's repeated to you over and over. You got to read the whole chapter, because normally it's a come through, friend. Because normally it's a whole story behind that, and it tells you how, each of us have a part in something, which is why people that hold themselves accountable can sometimes say, no, I didn't do this part, but oh, I see where I could have done something better. And helps you improve yourself and those around you and holding you accountable. But it's important to know those things. That's just me. So on Thursday, we gonna talk. That gives me a full day to go over there. Now, y'all, if I go over there and I get stuck, y'all gotta pull me out. I'm gonna send an SOS, because if that man flirt with me, it's gonna be a problem. Wouldn't that be something? I wonder if I inboxed him what he would say. I should do it, huh, bro? I should say married. How can I? Okay, I'm gonna think about it, y'all. I'm gonna go over there and then see what he say.
But that be the ones they talk to, because they feel like married people got a lot to lose. So
okay, y'all think I should do it? Leave it in
Yeah.
the comments if you think I should do it. If I should go over there and say, hey, I'm just wanted to tell you I feel sorry for what you're going through. How could she do this to you? Because y'all Jezebels, go ahead and tell me in the comments how y'all did it. Because y'all know that's what you do. Oh, you fighting with her? Well, I made tacos. Where can we find you, Ro?
Huh?
Where can we find you, Rose?
On Thursday, talk to Rose.
You ain't never no fun. Thursday, talk to Rose. Rose at 8, correct?
Yeah, at 8 o'clock.
Right after us at 7. So, child, we're gonna do a poll. So we're not just gonna listen to only what this lady say. She's a hater. That would be good. Come on, somebody is gonna do it, and they're gonna get to go viral. Why can't
I think you should. I'm telling you, the married people would be the best ones to do it.
Because I'm not doing it. Like, it's very much proved right here that I'm not really going over there for real. So I'm not committing adultery. I'm not being a Jezebel.
No,
I'm an
I'm
investigative
telling you,
reporter.
that's the ones they would talk to first, is the married people.
I believe you.
Yeah,
I
if
think
a
I
single
should.
person go in there, they'd be like, oh, they could put it on their social media and all that.
I'm trying to say. I am. I'm gonna put my lashes on first. I'm gonna put my lashes on. It should work. I think it's gonna work. I'm gonna do it. That's it. This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna do it like white chicks. I'm going to bed, y'all. I'm done. This shit is exhausting and they need help, all of them. So, for real, in real life, pray for all of them because this shit is out of control. Most of all, pray for Kiki because she's already going in a direction that I don't really like. She out at making videos at escape rooms with her friends. And I'm like, no offense, but I wouldn't be talking to my friends right now because where were you in all of these videos? Where were you when I needed money? And now all of a sudden we're in an escape room. The money you spent on the escape room, you should have donated to me for me to be able to move into a place. But no, now y'all out doing content. That part just don't make sense to me. Read the room, Kiki. It's somebody that donated to you that can't afford to go to a escape room right now. People worried about snap and whatnot. You tripping, girl. Just calm down and do the right thing. We're praying for you, girl. Good night.